no questions, just a discussion. First, you need to introduce yourself.
Yes.
Please, we need to know more about you.
So thank you, doctor, for this. So I am Ehsan. You can call me Dr. Ehsan. So I just joined Geoscience department UTP last year. So it's been a very interesting journey for me, although 1 year, but I'm really enjoying it in here and liking the department, the workplace, the work environment. It's really, up to the mark, and I'm really excited for the future collaboration and, working with all of you guys.
But as I know, also you have background in industry,
Okay.
professional.
Yes.
So it's a turning point.
Yeah. So I think it was a big turning point. COVID actually played a big thing on this.
Yes.
So before that, I was working as a consultant in Petronas Charigali, Brunei, as a external consultant, a geomodeler, for 1.5 years.
Great.
And but I started my career with Weatherford, 2010, and then I worked in Chevron, like for 2012 until 15, and then I did my PhD, and then I worked for a couple of other companies, consultant in Bangladesh, Brunei, then landed in Malaysia.
Yeah. So now we can say how long your experience in industry plus academic.
So in total, I have like 14 plus. Yes.
Great. So great. Yeah. Because I know you. When I talk with you, you have experience. Looks like 30 years, not 14 years.
Thank you.
This is a rich. The value itself. You coming from industry, working with different big companies, which add value for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this has been a big plus.
Yeah, exactly.
I really tried my best to learn as much as possible. My main focus in my career was always in development.
Yeah.
I was not really involved with exploration, which I really wanted to. But in development and in mature stage of oil and gas fields, I learned a lot. But mostly,
these, by the way, these just because it's a journey. This one let me know to ask or talk about what's your awakened your interest in geoscience and this kind of.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a really interesting question. Actually, I think to answer this, it gets back to my undergrad years. So in my second year or third year undergrad, we had a faculty, he still is alive. He's one of the nicest Bangladeshi petroleum geologists I have known, Dr. Bodrul Imam.
Yeah.
So he actually is the one who incited this interest in many of us. We were thinking after graduating, which domain will we focus on? But he, I think in third year, brought us to one of the oil fields, gas fields in Bangladesh, and then everything changed. I fell in love with the rig side, how the equipments are. And I was thinking, wow, this is really interesting.
So the guy who awakened the interest in this one in the school?
Yes, he was a professor at Geology department at the University of Dhaka.
These at the time you were it seemed always like that. Someone behind.
Yes, absolutely.
These also were important when you move to academic.
Yes,
I think this story can in your mind because it give you drive you to be one of them. Like
yes, absolutely. I think it has been a big drive.
Yes.
Which unintentionally happened. But somehow it happened.
Exactly.
And I think it actually worked, and then this is where I am now.
Yeah.
In the petroleum industry.
Yeah, right. I don't know to accent something, just I remember because I'm also coming from industry like you.
Yeah.
I remember something, I don't know, it's here important. I always remember in industry, the mistake can cost a lot. Millions of US dollars.
Yes.
Millions.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
We know that.
Absolutely.
In academy, the mistake can cost more, folks. Which is a human, right?
True. Dealing with human.
But you didn't realize that.
Yes. Yeah, you were right. I think it's a very important It's a very interesting question. I mean, I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be deep into this question, yes, I mean, because we are dealing with prospective geology
Exactly.
or geoscience,
The future.
the future.
Yes.
So we have to be more careful, probably, in shaping how they would become.
Exactly. Because one day maybe the CEO of one of the company, minister of something,
Yes.
PM,
Like policy makers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, true.
Yes.
And so this, I think, is the important point in our career who are working now as academicians,
Right.
coming from industry.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I'm sure you have way more experience than me.
No, so not like that, but
Always a learning curve.
the feeling is same. But
Yeah.
you are more rich here. But then it's said also when we ask or when we discuss about how did you decide to pursue a career in academy? So I think it's
Yes. I think it's a very, also a very, like an exhilarating question.
yes.
Because I was working in Chevron for quite a good time and everything was going well. But I still remember in late 2014, this thought came to me. I was thinking, okay, I think I have learned at least a substantial amount
Yes.
of modeling.
Yes.
Now what? This actually came to me end of 2014, and I was thinking, I am also, I mean, the time is not standstill. I'm getting old, so I think I should go for a doctorate degree,
Yes.
which can enhance my understanding. That is when I decided to actually switch
Yes.
again temporarily back into higher, research. So and came back to PhD, finished it. But again, I went back to industry for a short time, 3 years. Then COVID came, and now again back to academic.
It is also, you see, how we can see the COVID. When
Yeah.
somebody say this and it's that disaster, something happened, but
Yes,
there is a lot of also
positives.
positives there. So they're always like that.
Yes,
Always
yes,
like that.
yeah. You are right.
Yeah.
Not only the negative, I think all of us have gone through tough times, but changed our career or life
Yes.
in different ways.
And there are also Dr. Ihsan that when you are talking about yourself or was working in industry, different companies,
Yeah,
different cultures,
absolutely.
different way of managing.
Yes.
Different people, different language.
Yes.
Because we have to talk about.
Yes.
But this one add value.
Oh, it's tremendous.
Exactly right.
Yes, yeah. I think it reshaped my way of thinking, which I actually started learning in school, but it was very limited.
Yes.
But when I started working for example, like in Weatherford, or even well site geologists as in Chevron, working with many nationalities, different strategies,
Yes.
thinking and coping with them, communicating, learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like in rig floors, I think at one particular time we would at least have 20, 30 nationalities, working in different domains.
Exactly.
In drilling floor,
Exactly.
in different cabins, logging units, mud logging is
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Reshape because this one is working in group, in a team,
yes,
and one objective, and also so many problems.
so many problems.
And you see how
Absolutely.
we can solve it. How we can solve the problem.
Exactly.
Not panic, but
Yes.
we have to solve it.
Yes,
And as I know also, in oil and gas, you have to solve the problem very quickly.
yes.
It's
You
not
don't have much time.
Exactly.
You have deadlines to finish.
Exactly. You have to finish it, to solve it now.
Yes,
So a decision to be taken.
yes.
This about
So this is something which actually now I can understand that is helping me so much.
Yes.
Those tight or close deadlines.
yes,
That time I used to think why it has to be this difficult, but now I know that life is a bit more relaxed or easy with that experience, to follow close deadlines and to always be sharp or ready for situations.
yes.
Like, for example, we had experiences of, not probably blowout or near blowout incidents where we were, encountering gas kicks
Yes.
and had to take decision as well site geologists. I still remember. And there was another. I'm not going to mention the name of the field, but I have experience where we had fire, on the rig side. So it was big fire, like at least 100 feet.
Yes.
fire, and then we were being evacuated. It was a big experience.
And you know, the most of the times when the some problems you have to ask your boss how to do it, but
Yes.
some problem you have to do it.
Yes,
Do it now.
absolutely.
You see, and I take the responsibility. This is mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Do it as
totally
you know, do it, yeah, and own it, and do
own it. Yeah, I think I think this is one of the most crucial questions, which I think I have this opportunity to explain now. In one of my project initial years, my supervisor, he's a very nice guy. He actually one day he came to my desk and said, "Listen, the drilling engineering team for well planning does not have enough assistance from geologists in terms of their planning. So can we make a strategy where the geologists can, with some models analysis support in their well planning?" Then he said, "Okay, I give you 6 months. You devise something." I had no idea about this software.
Yes,
2012.
right.
So he said these are the major outlines you should
Yes.
reach
Yes.
to, and then let's find a solution.
Yes.
But I sometimes I wonder that definitely with my supervisor's help, we developed a plan for the drilling team in 4 to 5 months, and it was very interesting. We used Spectral, this Lumberjack software, for developing some, the deep direction and strike direction of specific beds
Yes.
that they will go through.
Yes.
And then we gave a detailed map
Yes.
of that to the drilling team, that when you plan, you should be careful of the potential geology that is coming. Previously, the drilling team would have very limited knowledge.
Of course.
So, and I think it's still being used. So it's one of the examples where we were like,
So
close deadlines.
again, also, you remember someone told you that I remember someone. See how the people can,
Yeah.
the communication,
Yes.
the skills, and how the people can do
Absolutely.
with the others. The potential is there,
Absolutely.
but how they give them the chance,
Yes.
and they give them, the just okay, go ahead, don't worry,
Yeah.
do mistakes. It's like that, these.
I think it's a beauty.
I believe the beauty, and I believe that all this in your mind, you teach too. It's always there.
Yes, I think this is really something that it's one of our responsibility to
Yes.
disseminate this to the young ones, to the prospective future art scientists, so that they can understand and value the experiences that we have gone through.
This is beautiful, Dr. Hassan. I think if we if you continue like that, we'll never finish, because it's a real story,
Absolutely.
It's not something like it's real one.
It's real
one. And you were there. Nobody tell you about this.
Yes. And totally unexpected situations happened,
Yes.
No idea of this would happen, and then this happened, and then as someone responsible for the field, or even of the field in the office doing some analysis, we have to do it as quickly as possible, like quick look interpretation analysis. It's to resolving a HSE issue in the rig side.
Right.
It's a big field.
So many. They also how you communicate with the other disciplines in the mud engineer, the drilling engineer, and in the site itself.
Yeah.
The local people, you see the team and the communication with others.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
It's already rich.
It's
in life, and your mind and your knowledge.
Yes, no doubt. It also shaped my personal way of thinking about my surroundings, about my life.
I think, Dr. Hassan, we cannot remove, because also last thing, sorry, I cannot read this one without something. I always remember this one. These stories is not in books.
Absolutely.
It's not in the books.
It's not in the books. True.
These outside.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not easy to write this one. You have to tell this one.
You are right.
Right?
You are right.
Yeah. It's not everything in the books.
No. I think this is something, it's a very interesting perspective that we have brought.
Yes.
This is something that we should probably bring in.
Exactly.
For it becomes a record for.
Yes. Or write down stories like that.
True.
At a story.
Yes,
Why not?
from life.
Yes, stories from life, yeah. And through the story, there's a learning there. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
it's a way also how to do the academic, writing
True.
from this perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
it will
totally
be also,
agree. I
it will
totally
be interesting. So, because the new generation now is different than our generation. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, or your generation and older than you. So now we can't say that because as I know also you are very good in technology. You always show us a lot of things. And if you follow the high technology. Yeah. So how is technology advanced in the field of geoscience, and how is that impacted petroleum exploration, and and the in the nearest recent years? Yeah. How do you think?
I think, like in my time, I'm pretty. I think in age, I'm half of your age. But even if I recall my undergrad years, which started in 2004-5, the level of technology uh, was compared to now was primitive. We were just hearing about geostatistics in 2005-6. Now we have come to machine learning.
Yes.
I had no idea until 2018 that there's something like artificial intelligence or machine learning. And then this machine learning came into geoscience. In many fields of geology, we are using it now, like subsurface characterization, it's a must use now.
Yes.
To know a lot of things. So this is the soft part of technology. Now let's consider the hard part of instrumentation.
Yes.
Like in our time, like even a petrographical microscope would seem really big. But now we have so much, sophisticated like SEM. So it may be even higher than SEM instrumentations like this.
Exactly.
Triaxial machines for geotechnical investigation, seismic devices. We have fiber optics now coming in detecting
Exactly.
subsurface layer.
Yes.
So many positive changes are happening, and I think the new or the future geologists would really be benefited.
Yes, exactly.
From this.
So before we go to to see your opinion on overview of the process of involvement in petroleum exploration or initial surveys to the extraction. Before that, you realize also that all this the technology and still with real dry holes. After all this,
Yes.
these the beauty of science.
Yes.
Yes, right. Because the challenge increase and also because I remember when we moved from manual to digital and to do that one by softwares like that, and the people say now it's easy to do the something, but the data increase.
Yes.
Last time we were working in one volume, for example, full stack.
True.
But we have so many volumes now.
No. Yes.
So we have the software.
True.
But we have to know also behind the click. They don't make
what is happening. Yeah.
Exactly.
You are right.
This is very important for the new generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How you see this one? How
I think this.
Yes.
I think this is something that needs to be told to the future geologists that although we have technologies, but you also need to know what is happening in the behind.
Yes.
The back end, like the software engineers say, the front end, back end.
Right.
So, like in your time, I think I'm sure you have gone through all this manual mapping, which we saw. Some of these were still there.
Yes.
Like in our second year, third year, mapping classes,
right.
we would go for this long sheet of paper to draw structural folds, all this stuff. So all this now became digital.
Yes.
Now it's all available in software, but still to know the basics of it and how these things work.
Yes.
Dynamicism of this whole thing.
Yes.
What is happening, how the processes are working in the subsurface needs to be. I think this basic will still be there.
Exactly. Without strong basics, I think this is our role in academy.
Yes.
Because I remember, and also I don't know you agree with me or not, that the skills of the people also diluted and changes.
Yes.
Because at the time they have skill to art, to draw something. Even when you go to the field trip,
yes, we would draw
how you
you are right.
and how you go there in the lab
True.
to do this one white and remove black.
Yes.
whatever.
And then you
And-
trace it
Yes.
on the paper.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that as well.
These skills at the time also the beautiful, the geologist who can draw
True.
the outcrops
Very
like
nice work.
fantastic.
Yes,
Really.
yes, absolutely.
So now these skills now is gone now, I think. But
Yeah, yeah.
other skills should be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally agree with this.
Should be there.
Like nowadays, we are even talking about doing field trips with augmented reality.
That's right.
Not even present in the field. In some way, not bad, but I think you cannot replace the being physically in an outcrop,
Yes, exactly
looking at the
Yes,
rock.
touch the rock.
Yeah,
and
touch
so
the
use
rock
your
and
senses, all your senses.
Absolutely, and
Touch
see
the
how
skin.
the interactions are, and then you will know, okay, this particular rock has this potential
That's exactly right.
in the underground, in the subsurface. So I think this skill, although we are progressing technologically, but this basic thing needs to be always told.
Exactly. But drone now can do all this also that they know.
Yeah, the mapping.
But at the end also you don't have report so far to ask to where and they sample this
Yes,
one. You have to
yes.
go by yourself.
Yes,
Sampling.
Yes.
Use your hammer.
yeah,
Take sample, fresh one.
absolutely.
Measure by yourself like that.
Yeah.
This one is.
I think this is how should I say? It cannot be replaced.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Irreplaceable.
Yes.
For example, I think a good example would be, okay, if there is some place where accessibility is very limited, I can accept sending something
Yes.
which is non-human.
Yes, it's very
Like
good.
we are sending these rovers to Mars. Okay, because we humans cannot go there. But
Yes.
once we will go and colonize Mars, I think then the human interpretation and analysis would be the most important.
Exactly.
The robots evaluation will be the second
Exactly.
priority.
Exactly. So you see, still technology.
Yeah.
We appreciate technology,
Yes.
but we are behind the technology.
Yes.
The technology come to solve some problems because not all of us, as example, can see
Yes.
3D, can imagine 3D.
Exactly.
So it gives you an idea.
So I will show this.
Here we are. Yes.
Now everyone can imagine.
Exactly.
But that's it. I think
Yes.
the use should not be more than this.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
totally agree with this.
Yes, right.
There is
So now we can go to the overview of the process involved in petroleum.
Yeah.
Expression from this one is one of the questions the audience need to see or yes, just to listen. How you can you give us the overview about the process itself from initial until extraction?
Yeah, sure. I think it's a very interesting question, and I mean this is what this is the bread and butter of us, and I'm sure I think this is high time that we try to explain this to wider audience so that people can appreciate geology, geoscience, earth science as a whole, and know the contribution that we are giving to society.
Yes.
I mean, society in Malaysia or I mean everywhere, almost all the continents. So in terms of being, I mean, as a petroleum geologist, actually everything starts from where is my resource.
Yes.
This is the first point
Yes, exactly.
to know. So one of the very classical or the basic ways there are some clues. For example, okay, there's a natural seepage on the surface. Okay, let's try to look at some petroleum seepage. Or okay, if there's any smell, methane smell that is coming. This is how I think it all starts.
It started like that.
200
years like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is how things
And they
start.
use it.
Yeah, they used it, and now we know. Okay, probably it's a major reverse fall that
Yes.
is leaking the oil from 2 kilometers down into the surface.
Yes.
So the basic is this.
Yes.
So then when we know that this could be the potential region, and then we deploy the technology.
Yes.
Would be seismic.
Yeah.
But seismic, as it's a bit expensive,
Yes.
maybe initially we deploy some electromagnetic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gravity, magnetic, that, and before that, even I think they drill in the outcrops, high outcrops.
Absolutely.
They don't
Yes.
think about subsurface.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like drill at the crest.
Yes, exactly.
See what you get.
Yes, and it works at the
And
time.
it works.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
So I think this is how it all starts. And then if you are lucky enough,
Yes.
maybe 50-50 chance and you hit petroleum.
Exactly. Right.
So this is how maybe in 1800,
Industry. This is tough.
after the Industrial Revolution, things started.
It's industrial revolution. Yeah. This is also a very big turn for the human.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
Of course. Yes.
So after late 1800s,
Changed a lot.
it's changed a lot. I mean, before that, I think people are using animal fat or oil to
Right.
burn,
Right.
like light,
Yes,
candles.
right.
But then this oil came into the picture. Although people are talking about the global warming and this and that, yes, I agree that we have management problems.
The accountant, the HR,
Yeah,
all of them is overhead.
absolutely.
These are
I totally agree.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So I think this is something that is really contributing to the whole.
Yes. I think, Dr. Hassan, we can stop in this one, and we can, after that review, continue
Yeah.
later. Yeah. Inshallah.
So thank you, Dr. Elsaadany.